Hello everybody and welcome to this very special effect video. My name is Paige, I am Special Effects Gaming Community Manager, and today I am joined by two wonderful voice actors, three special effects staff members, and one self-professed YouTube idiot. Today, I didn't want to be the only person stood in front of a camera for a good 15-20 minutes talking absolute nonsense, so I thought I'd bring some lovely friends along to talk about why we love gaming so much and why it is so much fun when everyone gets to do it. So first, I would like to introduce my special effect colleagues. Sachin, would you please introduce yourself?
Hi guys, my name is Sachin. You might have seen me in some special effect videos, but I'm one of the occupational therapists here. I work within the Stargaze project, so helping people in critical care units, specialise a lot with eye gaze technology and basically just helping people to have access to their technology that they want in any using sort of assistive technology that they can independently control.
Beautiful, thank you. Nomi, would you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Nomi. I'm also one of the occupational therapists who work at Special Effect. My role is in the loan library side of things instead. So in the loan library side, we work with people who want to access video games but due to a physical condition are unable to access a standard controller. So we'll have a chat to them, we'll find out a bit more about what movements are comfortable for them and what games they want to play, and then we'll just talk about some of the options out there. We'll do an assessment and then we'll basically tailor what equipment there is to their movements so that they can access the games they want in a way that's comfortable for them.
Beautiful, thank you. And it's truly life-changing work. It's always incredible to see people's faces just light up when they finally get to do something that we all enjoy so much.
Oh, it is lovely, it really is.
It's wonderful. Now, let's introduce our guest.
Hi, I'm Doug Cockle. I'm an actor, and you might know me better as Geralt of Rivia from the Witcher video game series.
Hi, I'm Kit. I am Kit Harrison. Sorry, you should use your full name. I'm a voice actor. You may have heard me in Smite, Dying Light, and the cast of Baldur's Gate 3 butchered me in a cabin at Christmas once. And I also have a background in game development in QA, and I did some live streams for Special Effect in the past as well.
Hi, I'm Matt Arden / UpIsNotJump. I review video games on YouTube because I couldn't stand leaving the house. So I got a job where I never had to go outside, and so I just review video games from my comfy sofa.
We had to drag him here.
Yeah,
Kit and I went to his house this morning. We put a burlap sack over his head,
Where am I?
dragged him out by his feet. We managed to get him here. He ate all the sandwiches at lunch though.
Now, we're all gathered here today for a very chaotic video, as you're about to see, because I've invited all these lovely people to hang out, play some video games, and spread a little chaos in the name of Game Blast, which is Special Effects' biggest sort of fundraising, gaming, streaming, nerdery weekend at the end of February, where we invite people all across the world to get together to help us raise some funds to change the lives of physically disabled folk all over the world.
I think Game Blast, man.
And what kind of nerdery did we get up to? Well, our incredibly talented colleague Sachin put together an eye gaze demo of The Witcher 3, which seemed fitting, seeing as we had Geralt of Rivia with us.
Gotta look around this obviously empty village.
Using an eye tracker interface, Sachin was able to create an overlay that sat on top of The Witcher 3, which allowed specific keys to be activated by looking at them. For example, the walk forward key will toggle on the W key when you look at it. Keys can also be programmed to behave differently. For example, there are some keys that could be toggled on quickly, like attack, or other keys that could be tapped just once, like calling Roach. Now, unfortunately, Doug was not able to find and end the wolves, but Matt was able to find this lovely soldier.
Kick him.
You got a sword?
Yeah.
How did you get the sword out?
I don't know.
And Kit had managed to track down an NPC who wasn't being the most cooperative.
I will talk to the boy.
You're determined.
I must be closer to the boy.
Now, back to something more sensible. The eye gaze overlay is highly customizable, which allows you to change the size and position of the keys as needed. This setup would allow for somebody with no movement to be able to play video games using just their eyes. However, if somebody had partial movement, this tracker could also be used alongside a more traditional controller setup, or a joystick, or perhaps even a single button. Next up for our day of accessibility chaos was some PvP. We're talking Mario Kart, requested by our guests.
I'm reversing.
B button.
B.
Whoa!
Now, we only had 3 guests at the office, but we had 4 setups, so of course, I was roped in to play.
Is it?
Well, if he wants to...
I just left the
Hey.
space.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Now, for this PvP setup, we have 4 different control schemes. Throughout this footage, you will see U-shaped toppers, adjusted thumbsticks, large and small buttons mounted with Velcro, wedge-mounted foot controllers, the Horiflex, one-handed controllers, chin controllers, and more. And this is just some of the accessible technology that SpecialEffect uses to help physically disabled gamers to access their favourite hobby. Now, unfortunately, despite our guests' best aspirations, none of us managed to come first in a single match.
No.
Oh, I found the drift button.
Oh no. Invincible.
terrible at this game.
Last place.
I want to go home. She's just out on a nice stroll.
After that frankly embarrassing performance, we all settled in for a slice of incredible cake designed to look like Roach standing on top of a barn made by our very own Maddie Meeson and her mum.
I feel like this is one of those moments where I should do something really, really weird, like slam my face into it.
That's what you want to do.
When we'd all demolished the barn and eaten the cake, we settled in to have a little bit of a chat about what gaming means to us, why accessibility is important, and why our guests love to support SpecialEffect. The first question asked of our guests was, why is gaming important to you?
Gaming to me, I think it's hard to answer that question for me because it's like from my longest memory that I go back, gaming was just like an intrinsic part of my life. So it's always just been this thing that I've always had, that no matter how I'm feeling, I can have fun whenever I want playing video games. And I feel like people who don't play video games or aren't able to, I feel like they're missing out on this ability to just at any time just escape something and enjoy themselves and have a good time. And it's just so inherently fun, video gaming. Like watching TV, yeah, it's kind of cool, but video game is just the most fun I feel like you can have.
So, when I was growing up, I was a bit of a nerd, as you might be able to tell from the disposition. And for me, like being able to just escape the world that we're in into just magical realms beyond where we are right now, and so just being able to experience those characters and those worlds for the first time was just magical, and then that just locked me into always wanting to enjoy those stories, share those with my friends, and then once I learned about SpecialEffect, just the ability to promote the idea of those stories and worlds being shared with everybody around the world is just everything to me.
Well, we have to go back to when I was a very small child. No, seriously, when I got into gaming, it was actually when there weren't such things as consoles in the home. So it was you had to mow the lawn and earn your 50 cents or your $1.50 or whatever it was, and go down to the arcade, which was all lights and sounds and wonderful things, and games like Galaga and Pac-Man and Defender and Asteroids and all these cool games, right? So that was my introduction to video games. And then as the consoles came along, it brought it home, and it was amazing. The thing I love most about it is really, I think honestly, the stories that you can tell. You know, we've all talked about it a little bit. Mm-hmm. You know, the narratives that can be woven in these games, even if they're just a simple Mario Kart game. You know, there's a story to be told about this race. And I think that's beautiful, and I think that's one of the reasons I became an actor, because I just love storytelling. So for me, video games, the storytelling is the thing that makes it worthwhile.
Next, I wanted to understand what accessibility and inclusion meant to the other members of SpecialEffect and our guests.
I mean, a good starting point is, as everyone's just talked about, just being able to have that world that you can just enjoy, you can go to if you're having a bad day, or even a good day and you just want to just relax for a bit, especially during COVID times. Everyone wanted that space that they could escape to, even if they couldn't escape their house at that point. And just having that as an option for everyone, rather than just only those who can access a standard controller, means that everyone can just relax in the world that they enjoy.
Accessibility is huge because if you think about why a game is made in the first place, video games is probably the best forms of entertainment on this planet in terms of the amount of hours that goes into the script. It's like cinematography, to the voice actors. It's like everything entertainment combined into one, with the element of a user being able to control this narrative or story or gameplay. I think when a person decides to be part of making a video game, or just why a video game is made in the first place, it's so the end user can play it. So I think everyone in a video game's perspective is on like a level playing ground where everyone should be able to have, go through a game in their own pace, in their own way, and people should be able to experience it because it is one of the best things in the world to play video games and just have fun, whether that is, by yourself, single player, or as you had said, multiplayer games are huge now, and I know a lot of friendships now start online.
Exactly. That level playing field is so important as well when you consider the community element, as you said. The fact that somebody could potentially be housebound, not able to go out easily without, a carer's help, but in a video game they could get on a horse and go riding with friends, or, steal a car and go driving with friends, or, play some kind of role-playing game with friends and invent an archer that's super cool and climbs up trees, something we might never get to do in real life, but we get to enjoy with other people because of this sort of interactive medium that we all love, all are part of in different ways.
I think as well as that is that this thing is available, there shouldn't be a barrier to experiencing these stories. And I think as well, if that barrier is there, it can probably make people who can't play games without these devices feel very isolated, like here's this thing that isn't for me and I can't do it, and it must be a very sort of isolating and a difficult thing to have to deal with, whereas special effects, by removing that barrier, it can make people feel a lot more included, and so that isolation's being removed.
In all seriousness, when I'm 80, 90 or more, it's going to be amazing to know that my favourite games are not going to be barred from me because I can't press their buttons as quickly, or I can't use a control the same way I can now. And that's just really the magic of this whole place and the whole idea of accessibility in and of itself. It rules.
To be part of a story, to tell a story, so accessibility in gaming is I think you said it earlier, it's just about sharing those stories with the rest of the world, so that we can all be part of the story. If you want to be part of the Witcher world, or the Mario world, or if your thing is The Last of Us, or if your thing is something, massive multiplayer online role-playing game thing, whatever your thing is, you can be part of that story. And it wasn't that long ago that actually that wasn't even possible. So now with changes of technology and knowledge and ability and everything, the ability to share those stories to a much wider audience and include those people in the stories, I think it's what it's all about. It's why I love special effects.
And lastly, I asked our guests what they thought of special effect, why they'd come to spend this very strange day with us, and why it was that they chose to support our cause.
I didn't know anything about this kind of technology at all until I met the lovely people from Special Effect at an industry convention. And I was looking at the pamphlets and talking to people, and I was like, this is amazing, this is so cool. I had no idea. So, as much as anything else, things like Game Blast, it's not just about reaching out to the people who may need this technology, who could make use of it. It's about reaching out to the people who don't need it, but may know someone who does, which I think is just astonishing.
You can, if you're disabled in any way, you can still customize your setup so that you can still play. That was something that was a really big. I didn't know this was this is perfect for me, and I didn't even know it existed. So just by spreading the word through Game Blast and by doing videos like this and sharing things on social media, that helps people as well. Just because it's all here and ready to go, people just need to know it exists.
Special effects, I love them so much because we don't just allow people with disabilities to play games with assistive tools. But I think raising awareness of where the barriers are and where they can be broken across the board is just incredible, and it helps open people's minds, because even something like The Witcher, that is initially a story that someone who speaks English could not have enjoyed, but only by it being translated into English and then made into an interactive experience, so someone who perhaps doesn't even read could enjoy because they play games, and then further can be customized to be played at different difficulty levels for ability levels and with different control schemes, so that nobody is barred from being able to experience a story that everybody should experience, because no one should be deprived of Doug's voice.
Least of all me.
Yeah.
We'd love to say a massive thank you to all of our guests, all of the team members who took part in this video, and to our wonderful supporters, and you for watching this video. If you are seeing this before the 23rd of February 2025, there is still plenty of time for you to get involved in Game Blast 2025, whether you are a streamer, a video maker, or reviewer. Be sure to check out our website www.specialeffect.org.uk/gameblast to get all the latest information.